guys, and welcome to episode 10. In this episode I am going to be going back to Rio de Janeiro. I'm so pumped, I cannot wait to get there. And as for all my travel days, you can see behind me the weather's on point. It's nice and hot and sunny. Yeah, I got my flight in like 3 hours time back to Rio, and then I have a few things in store, so you're gonna have to keep watching to find out. So I'm just sitting in the airport in Sao Paulo waiting for my flight back to Rio. The flight takes around 40-45 minutes and the airport is completely packed, like super busy. So I'm sitting on my bag in a quiet corner away from everyone. So yeah, should go quick. I'm excited to arrive and show you guys where I'm staying. Hey guys, welcome back to Rio. I'm so excited to be here, and this time around I chose to stay somewhere a bit different. I've already stayed in boutique hotels and hostels this holiday, and this time I'm staying in an Airbnb, and it's actually in one of Rio de Janeiro's favelas. I read the reviews and they were so good that I was like, okay cool, I'm gonna give it a go. So yeah, I will insert some pictures of the accommodation into the video, and the view behind me, as you can see, the whole of Copocabana beach, and I'm sure the camera's not going to pick it up, but up on the hill too is the Christ doing a statue, and you can see it all. So yeah, it's amazing. Just behind me is the famous Copocabana beach. It's actually pretty busy, and yeah, I can see a reason why. It's like 34 degrees today. I'm going to really struggle when I go back to the UK and it's like 0. It's not going to be the funnest experience. One thing I will say though is the sea is filthy. I'm not sure it's even safe for people to be in it. It's pretty grim. So I don't know if it's just this end of the beach or all along. But yeah, weird. Now I'm back in Rio, Copacabana beach. Starting to think about how hard it is going to be to come home. It's the hardest bit of travel sometimes. When I was in Sao Paulo, I was like, I'm so ready to come home. Now I'm not so sure. 34 degrees, sun, sea and sand, versus going back to the UK to a world of lockdown where you can't even go shopping. I don't know which country's doing it right. It's so hard to know what to believe anymore. I'm so over it all. Let's just hope that it fixes soon. Hey guys, good morning and welcome back to Rio. It's like 8:15 AM and it's already 27 degrees. It's going to be a super hot one. This morning, straight away after breakfast, I'm going for a little hike and I'm going to a fort that is just up on the top of that hill there. I found it eventually. Yeah, so hopefully it's not going to be too hot. Let's see. Just from my room down to Copacabana beach takes about 15 minutes. And to be honest, I had more smiles and good mornings, music playing from like every household. It was super refreshing. Like, it's weird, even though the quality of life might not be amazing in what we class on a Western standard, there was definitely a level of happiness. So now I'm going to a fort on the top of Copacabana, and yeah, it's already quite warm. It's going to be tough, but here we go. So I just started the hike now. the military fort at the bottom is actually still active, so I didn't take any pictures or anything. Normally it says it's like €1 to get in, but it was free, so result. Anyway, let's get to the top. Yeah, the heat is real and it's super humid. On the good news, I was the first person to enter and there was only 2 other people, so hopefully when I get to the top the view should be all mine, no one else's. Not gonna lie, in 15 minutes I gained some height, pretty good. I don't know how fast to go, it's just a load of trees, but yeah, hopefully not too far. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought, I'm not gonna lie, just gotta go back down. So yeah, I made it to the top and now I'll be nice and I'll share the views with you. It was definitely worth the walk. What a view, everything. Christ the Redeemer, Copacabana Beach, Sugarloaf Mountain, everything, all in one place. Definitely make the journey up here if you come to Rio de Janeiro, 100%. Just made it back down to the bottom. To be fair, it wasn't a bad walk. I've done like 7,000 steps in total and I did it in flip-flops. Just 2 things to point out if you do it. There's no facilities at the top, so there's no bathrooms and there's no water, anything, so make sure you take a bottle of water with you at least. With that being said, I'm gonna go and find some breakfast. As you can see today, the beach is just as busy, but super strange, the sea is actually pretty clear. And it's exactly the same spot of sea that I filmed yesterday, so I don't know what was going on yesterday. But yesterday it was like brown and there was rubbish and everything. Very strange. Welcome to downtown Rio de Janeiro. Funny thing that last time I was in this area I didn't actually share it with you guys on YouTube at all, which is strange when I think about it. Behind me there, once upon a time that was the biggest building, the tallest building in Rio de Janeiro. So that's pretty cool. And then just here there's an arts museum, and now I'm hoping to go to the museum of tomorrow. Last time I was here it was closed. I tried to buy a ticket online and I couldn't, so I'm just going to risk it. If not, I'll show you the building because it's really cool. And then I'm going to walk and show you the street mural made by Cobra for the Olympics. I've already put a few pictures on my Instagram, but yeah, I feel like you need to see it on the big screen. So that's my plans. So this is the Museum of Tomorrow. It's a really impressive building, and yeah, it actually apparently looks like a crocodile's mouth, which kind of does. So I'm going to go and try and get a ticket, fingers crossed. So tickets for the Museum of Tomorrow are around €5, but you have to buy them online, and it's just taken me half an hour to get a ticket because the website is literally a pile of dog. Yeah, so now I'm going to go and join the queue to get in for my time slot. So yeah, if you do decide to come here, make sure you buy your ticket in advance because it will save you a hell lot of hassle. And in the area behind me is normally where all the cruise ships would dock. So yeah, apparently there can be up to 11 in one day, but obviously there's none at the moment until the pandemic's over. The museum's really cool, lots of different interactions, loads of touch screens where you can like look at what's going to happen in the future, what's going to like, yeah, what path we're going to take. The only thing a bit annoying is most of the exhibitions, like there's a massive show at the beginning, it's all in Portuguese, so you can only get the visuals, but yeah, it's good in overall. If I'm brutally honest, the best bit of the museum is the outside. It involves a lot of queuing, and yeah, I don't know, it was only €5 to get in though, which is pretty good, but I think there's a lot better things to see here in Rio. This is the other end of the Museum of Tomorrow. It's a really cool building. Like, I really enjoy the building. And then behind me on this side, you can see the bridge behind me. That's the 14-kilometer long bridge to Niteroi that I took a few episodes back. So, I'm not gonna lie, the walk was a bit further than I remember. And I don't know if it's 35, 36 or 37 or 38 degrees, but it's bloody hot. I know that, but it's worth it. I need to show you guys this. I think it's probably the most impressive piece of street art I've ever seen in my life. So I'll swing around just so you can see the size, and then I'll show you without my face in the way. Total, there's 5 different faces, one for each continent, and I think one of the most impressive things about it is that all of the eyes look so unique. Like, literally, they just look so lifelike. Next up on my agenda tomorrow, in the morning at 10:45, I have to go to a clinic and get my PCR test to check that I'm COVID negative for my journey home. So I feel fine, but I know that it's one of these viruses you could have with absolutely no symptoms. So I'm not excited for the test because I know already it's not that comfortable, and also there's a chance I could be positive. I really hope not, because I don't even know what I'm going to do. It's going to be a big spanner in the works. So fingers crossed. Let's just pray. By the time you watch this video, we're going to know the answer. So thought I would jump on the metro back, save some money. It's not very busy, to be fair, but it's super hot, as you can see by my face. Ticket costs 5 reals, so under €1. And a much needed water from the vending machine costs 50 cents. Morning guys, so today's the day. In like 2.5 hours time, I have to go for my PCR test to check that I'm COVID negative. Top tip for you guys going forward, that if you book a flight, try not to book on a Sunday. Because my flight's on a Sunday, I had to pay for a 24-hour test instead of a 48-hour test. So it actually cost me around double. It cost me around €85, whereas a normal test is about 47. So yeah, try and avoid that. Yeah, fingers crossed this goes well, let's see. So I just had my PCR test. Firstly, I want to talk about the Uber driver on the way. His petrol gauge was flashing the whole time. I was like, I'm not going to make it to the test, I'm not going to make it to the test. I was so stressed. Anyway, the test cost me €83. You could have got the test result by tonight, but it would have cost you 158. So I was like, yeah, tomorrow. Oh look, there's the graffiti I posted on Instagram today. How weird. Anyway, I didn't realise that the PCR test is your nose and your mouth. So yeah, double. The lady was really nice. She was like, yeah, I hope the result comes back negative. So yeah, now we just have to see, fingers crossed. Next up, I decided to revisit somewhere I've already been before in Rio, but again, I didn't get to show you guys. I just popped down to the botanical gardens, as it wasn't far from my test. To get in, it cost 15 reals, so around €2.50. So yeah, there's a lot of things in here, so I will show you about the place. is some of the most famous in the park, with thanks to Instagram. Yeah, everywhere you go there's wannabe models lining up by the palm trees or by the amazing fountain. Yeah, Instagram dream. Most of Europe's in lockdown. Meanwhile, Copocabana beach is packed. You wouldn't even know there's a pandemic going on. Super strange. Super strange. I think it's going to be too windy for you to hear me, but I just ordered a Copa vodka. It cost 22 reals, and I ordered it with maracujá, which I don't know if it's passion fruit or mango. It doesn't look like either, but it's Brazilian, so I thought I'd give it a go. It costs 22 reals, which is around €3.60 for half a litre. I'm pretty sure it's passion fruit. I'm going to Google it when I get back to the hotel, but it's decent, I know that. So I'm going to talk about two things. Number one, my COVID test. Turns out that it was a 24-hour test for the next working day, which would mean that the test was going to come the next day after my flight. So I literally had a massive panic, but I managed to speak to the clinic and they said they put it as priority and it will come by midnight tonight. So fingers crossed. Second thing, I've got myself another Copa vodka. I realised why I felt so drunk after one, because it's half a litre and there's no mixer. It's literally just vodka, lime, sugar and ice. So yeah, it's pretty good for €3.50 really. The weather's a bit mixed today, but as you can see by my squinty eyes, the sun's out at the moment, so that's a good sign. So I'm glad to say that I can end this episode on good news. My COVID test came back and I'm negative. So yeah, that's good. The result was in Portuguese, which is a bit stressful because the Netherlands don't accept it. So I'm just going to try my luck. So yeah, brings us to the end of the episode, the end of my time in Rio and the end of my time in Brazil. So yeah, it's a bit sad, but also I'm kind of ready to go home. But yeah, thank you for joining me again, and my next episode I will bring you my journey home. It's going to be a long one, but yeah, tune in and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.